Hello and welcome in. I am MissKinghorn and we are back here in The Sims 4 and we are getting a little bit festive. So yeah, this year's gone so quick. I have to be honest. It's kind of really thrown me that we're already so close to Christmas and the holidays, and yeah, it was August 2 weeks ago, right? It's gone really strangely, and while this isn't the last video of the year, we're getting pretty close and I've had a really good time this year. Lots of changes, lots of things have been moved around and changed and shuffled and things like that, but I feel like I'm in a much better, happier kind of place now than what I was last year, I have to be honest. So some of you probably know the journey that I went on kind of this year. So I was exclusively on Twitch, and I was streaming 3 times a week, and it was hard work because I was working full time as well. I was trying to juggle everything, and then I decided to add another video to YouTube as well weekly, which on paper was great. Practice meant scheduling was very tight, and I kind of lost so much of myself because I was basically either researching, recording, uploading, streaming, and round, so there was no real kind of me time, which looking back was very bad for my health and things like that. So I've kind of changed all of that. I've stopped streaming on Twitch. I don't necessarily know indefinitely. I might go back to it at some stage, maybe, possibly, I don't know, but for now I'm gonna really focus more on my YouTube, and here I'm doing lots of kind of fun builds. Obviously it does now mean that instead of 3 uploads a week, or 4 uploads, what I was doing at the end, we're now down to just maybe 1 a fortnight, which is kind of a bit of a shock to actually produce so much less content, but I can now kind of enjoy it a little bit more, and so I hope you kind of understand that and can look at it from kind of my point of view, that actually having this break and changing everything is so much better for me. Obviously, let me know what you think down in the comments. If you have any ideas, any suggestions of how I can make it work, also let me know down there. But let's get back onto this build. I've been waffling. So this is actually going to be a 4-bedroom family home. This is actually in Willow Creek in the Foundry Cove, and it's actually on the Gardens Essence lot, which is the BFF household, which I think is one of the first families that we've always sort of started with, at least for me, when I didn't want to do create my own sim or anything like that. I just kind of wanted to get into gameplay and kind of work out what I'm doing, who's who, how does it all work. This was kind of my go-to kind of group to do all of that with. So yeah, obviously now I'm building, they've long gone, but we're using their lot in here, and yeah, doing lots of sort of very different kind of build. I have to be fair, it's a very different build to what was originally here, and yeah, we're gonna decorate all of this with the fun new items. As you can see, perfect timing on that front. These are some of the new items we got from the sort of new I'm not really sure if I like them. The whole kind of idea doesn't really sit well with me. I've said this before with the Grim Reaper one or the login events. They're not kind of my cup of tea, I guess is probably the better way to put it. But yeah, you'll see there's a couple of items in there. I used these plants out here, and then that's it. The reef kind of looks very tacky. I know Christmas and the holidays is kind of a very tacky time of year, but honestly for me, it doesn't feel right to me. It didn't really go with the feel and the look I was going for, so I've chosen not to use that in here. But yeah, we do get in the nice holly plants. I do actually like them. which kind of makes me not hate the whole thing. But yeah, we'll see how all of this all comes together in here. So while I've been waffling, you've seen the floor plan or the exterior all go in. So we're doing the nice front porch, we've done all the roofing, a little bit more of the planting, and this big double garage over here. Well, I say big double garage, it is quite a small garage in here. I do kind of mix it up, and I don't believe I actually show you what we put in there, but yeah, it's just kind of a little bit more of a games room than sort of an actual garage out here. I feel like they've maybe grown so quickly as a family that lots of things had to kind of be pushed outside into there and to do all of that. Now, as you can see here, I am using a lot of sort of seasons, the holiday pack, also kind of life and death, which I didn't think would actually really work here, but I used a lot of the fences, the windows, and things like that, and it does actually come up really, really well. And it doesn't look too bad, which is one of the things that I was always kind of worried about with like an expansion pack where it's very themed. That how well does it work with other packs and other ideas? But this actually really, really works in here. It kind of looks maybe a little bit old, but I feel like that's kind of okay for like a house that's maybe not quite so modern, that maybe it was made or built like 30, 40 years ago. I feel like that's something that you would see a little bit of kind of wear and tear of the wood and things like that. Now, I do have a family on the lot. They are 2 parents. They are, there is a child, a toddler, and an infant, plus the dog. We cannot forget the most adorable dachshund ever. I have to be honest, that is actually created by Pug Owned, not by me. Or the game. If you have not checked Pug Owned out, definitely do. They are on pretty much all socials and on the gallery as well. They hand paint all of their pets, so yeah, I would definitely go and check them out if you're looking for any kind of cat, dog, or anything like that. I do not have the time or the patience for that. So as someone knows how little time I spend in CAS, yeah, it's probably best that I don't go into create a pet either. So this is the floor plan. I had a little bit of challenge in here because it is actually quite a small space, and you can sort of see I'm kind of looking and I'm kind of working things out, and can this work, does this work, how can I knew I wanted to get it to be 4-bedroom. That I knew for a starter, so that's what this is actually like right here. And then I'm going 4 bedrooms and only 1 family bathroom? No. So I ended up having to change one of the bedrooms, make it a little bit smaller, and have placed another bathroom in. So there is now 2 bathrooms upstairs and the 4 bedrooms in there, and then there is 1 bathroom downstairs. They either have a shower or a bathroom. I don't typically show you my bathrooms because they're very boring. And I feel like it's so repetitive to kind of show you them over and over again, because once you've seen one of my bathrooms, you've pretty much seen them all in here. But we're getting in with some of the holiday cheer. So we have a nice little ribbon over the fireplace. I've got to be honest, it might catch fire. I didn't actually playtest that, oops. Anyway, moving swiftly on, we also have the little planner across the top here. A really nice kind of cute little feature in here. I thought it was a nice little touch, and I really wanted a kind of roaring fireplace in like a nice little sort of cottage in here for your sort of big family Christmas sort of holidays and stuff like that. So yeah, we are also here using the new sofas. I absolutely love these sofas, and it gives me the perfect excuse to use kind of my favourite colours of this like dark green, and then kind of with like the beige kind of coming in. I think with the beige walls as well, it looks perfect in here. I'm struggling with the rugs. I did want to use the rug from that new kit, but in the end we went for the Life and Death one, which again works perfectly. The colours that the team have picked are absolutely gorgeous for these new items in here. So yeah, we've gone for dark wood which I thought was a nice kind of contrast in here to kind of the white windows, the white on the exterior, and obviously the green in the trim outside kind of coming through as well. So it's all very much kind of stylized, I guess we can probably say. And then we do have the huge Christmas tree in here. Now, as I say, with the family in here, I did playtest this. I did place down lots of presents and things like that. But one thing I also really wanted to do is make this a family home. So you can take down all the tree, you can take down all of the decorations and things like that, and it is still a very detailed kind of home. It still works. And so yes, there's obviously a little bit more space, but it's still very much a usable kind of area for your Sims to live in. It's not just for the holidays. It's kind of what I'm saying in here, that there's bits and pieces, but it's not over the top. I feel like maybe I will do that at some other time, but for now, this is kind of what I wanted to get in here. And yeah, I hope you enjoy. And yeah, as I say, lots of kind of decorations, but it's all removable. It's all very much stuff that you can take out, which I feel like is a lot better than some of the other builds, which I've seen and done, where you are kind of very over the top, let's put it that way, in here. And obviously, because you have this growing kind of family in here, I figured you would want lots of toys and lots of bits and pieces around the place as well, to make it kind of feel a little bit more lived in, a little bit more usable as well. So we kind of have this little office space over here, which I kind of had in my mind that maybe one of the parents was like the president of like the parents association for the kids, or maybe they're like a stay-at-home parent and they're very much into like their charity work or something kind of like that. I kind of thought along that line, so they would need like a dedicated working sort of space, but not have their own sort of separate little office. Really, there just wasn't space for an office in this build. I could have cut down this living space here, but I felt like a little bit more of an open plan kind of space in here. And obviously, as the kids grow, maybe they could use this for homework or stuff like that as well, rather than it being like one of the parents' offices and things like that. Right. Getting a little bit of artwork. The stairs clip through. It's not anything I can fix. The only thing I can really do with that is cover it up. It's the banister rails. We've complained and complained and complained about this since they've basically done it. It's so infuriating. And it's needless as well. I don't know why they have a double banister when there's a wall. It should just be able to clip straight into the wall and you'll not see either of them. But, you know, we are still waiting for an update on that, or it to be repaired in here. But this over this side is the dining room. It is quite a small little space, but I do manage to get in a nice round 6-seater table, again from the new kit, and those chairs, again the green, I absolutely love them, and it kind of works in here really, really well. Absolutely love this kind of space, and how we managed to get in the 6-seater table. On paper, we don't really need a 6-seater, but yeah, it kind of fits. And I kind of thought maybe they would have like friends over, or they'd kind of maybe have like maybe relatives that come over for dinner once a week or once every couple of weeks or something like that. So I really wanted a nice little space in here. And then we got some artwork to go on this back wall, and again loving this new one from Lovestruck in here with like the little dancers. It looks gorgeous in here. And then because we have a toddler in this family, I wanted a high chair. For some reason, only one high chair is actually listed as a chair in the category, but anyway, here I'm kind of doing what I normally do, and so I have placed down like the art spattered rug from City Living, and then there's like some food stains. And I thought that was perfect because you know what kids are like, they're messy, they drop food, they smear it everywhere, so I thought that'd be perfect for going on the floor under there. And then on the wall I also create some kind of like sort of buffer marks where like they've scratched the wall or they've thrown food into it and it's kind of scratched it or taken the paint off or something like that. And I thought it would be a perfect little details like that just make it work so much more. But this is the huge kitchen in here. I did actually think of doing a kitchen diner, but I think it's slightly too small to be a kitchen diner, but it's perfect size for just being a kitchen. So that's what we have gone for in here. And yeah, getting lots of the clutter out and all of that. So we do use the new hot chocolate little tray in here, which I absolutely love. It is so perfect and yet so simple, which I think it works. That sort of simplicity to the whole thing actually kind of makes it feel a little bit better and a little bit more usable in here. Now I have kept a couple of the counters clear so your Sims can still cook food, and as I say, I have play tested this, just not necessarily the fireplace and how much that burns everything down in here. But yeah, this whole sort of little space is now all done. Changed all of the colours in there, so it is a nice big open kind of kitchen, but it still feels really nice and sort of homely in here. I do manage to get in a bar as well because I figured you might want a little bit more space for that in there, so I've kind of tucked that into the side to kind of make it look like it's an under counter kind of bar, or like a kind of nectar fridge, I guess is probably what they would be called in game, where they just keep your nice bottles of red or white nice and cool for you in there. But now we have jumped up to the top of the stairs and I've got in some more bookcases in here. There are quite a few in this build, I have to be fair, but I think it really works in here. And then I also have this sort of building blocks kind of table up here, which I thought was a nice kind of area in here. Your Sims can access all of the bedrooms still and get around it, so it's a nice little space. And then just putting in those little pictures on the door, I thought that was a really nice really simple little touch where you can just like maybe take them down, or they're just like stuck up for the sort of season, and you can change them over for each one. But maybe it's like the kids have picked out their own kind of decoration to go on their door. I kind of like that sort of imagery of going, right, okay, what would you like to kind of have this year, whether you would like to have like reindeer or any of the other sort of types that you can get in there, the trees and things like that. I thought that was a really nice little sort of simple touch in here. But now we're working on the infant's bedroom. This is for the little girl. So we have a girl infant, a boy toddler and a girl child, if I remember correctly, in here. So it's a really nice sort of mix, this kind of in here. We kind of flip between different colours, and obviously all of this can simply just be changed colours so that it can go into blue, it can go into a more beige, it can go into whatever kind of colours you really want in here. And putting in a few little stencils behind there and trying to get this room to really work in here and to be a really nice simple little space in here. We get a few toys and a few bits and pieces. But now we're moving over to the master or main sort of bedroom in here, which we go back to our beige. I kind of wanted to stop using beige as much as I can, and that's kind of why I think I started in one of the kids' bedrooms, where I kind of took a little break from that. This build is quite beige. I think we've kind of got like our three main colours of like green, beige and like a dark brown, and they work. They kind of all complement each other really, really nicely, but yet it can get a little bit boring, I have to be honest. Right, now I have to talk about this little bedside table in here. This bedroom goes through many different iterations. One thing that stays constant is this little ladder. Now, the family have a dark sound, and so in my mind, whenever I see like anybody who does like the pet kind of vlogs on Instagram or whatever, they kind of have like little steps where the dogs can get into bed. And And I thought it would be such a really cute little thing that the parents have the dog sleep with them. Obviously there is a bed downstairs in the living room for it, and I know in game it can't actually, well, I mean it can jump up onto the bed, I think, in there, but they obviously can't use the bedside table as a little ladder in there, but at least it's there to kind of give you the reference and the point that they can get up there. A little bit of realism kind of coming through, which I thought was a really nice little touch, and I absolutely kind of love it, and it was the one thing that I kind of really kept with this sort of build in here. And then we've got a picture of some spaniels out in here as well, and there's another dog bed up here, so it kind of feels like it's their sort of space where they can either get up into the bed and snuggle up, or they can sort of lay down there and yeah, in their own little bed, have their own little space in here. But as I say, this bedroom went through so many different variations, from kind of the green and the beige, and then we settled on the green in there. And now we're moving on to the child's bedroom in here. There is a weird clipping, and I could not work out what this actually is. There is nothing below it that would clip. You might just be able to see it. There's like 5 or 6 little white dots along top of it. It doesn't make any sense of what it is. But anyway, I kind of tried to cover that up as best I possibly could in here. But this is for the little girl in here, so I kind of wanted their own personality to kind of come through. So kind of got this very nice little purples, turquoises kind of colour on like the mosaic, and I think it's absolutely perfect for here as like a feature wall. And they've kind of got like the really sort of detailed wallpaper, you know, the wallpaper that looks really really nice but it's actually a nightmare to put up. Yeah, they've gone for that on here, and then they've gone for a nice sort of lilac walls around the rest of it, and we've kind of got in with the turquoises, we've got lots of pinks and purples coming through here as well, and using this desk. I don't know how many times I've actually used it. It's one of those things where I think you look at it and you go, oh yeah, I'm going to use that, and then you never really do. It's one of those, but I think it really works in here. And then obviously I have a few kid kind of cluttery pieces in the back here, so kind of the arts and crafts stuff, a couple of like bedside lights and a little salt lamp, and some more books and things like that in here. I wanted it to be a little bit more kind of play kind of focused, more than like an academic kind of like you've got to work all the time, which I feel like we've done. Although yes, you do have a computer and you do have a journal in here, it's a little bit more of a nicer kind of softer play kind of space in here. And then we get out a huge doll's house in here as well. I do end up scaling it down. I don't know why they are so big. It still is perfectly functional, but yes, I have scaled that down just one and it fits in there perfectly. For some reason I forgot a light in this bedroom. I do apologise. This is now going to be the toddler's bedroom, so this is for the little boy in the house in here, and we've actually had to kind of retrofit in a window, so you might be able to see that there is kind of a little kind of square cut out that doesn't have anything behind it. The window was clipping out of the wall because it's a too wide window kind of smooshed into the corner here, so it's not really the best bedroom, but I felt like this was really the only place that it could really go in here, so that's what we decided to do. And yeah, we kind of make a really nice kind of little bedroom in here for him. We've got this new bed. This bed is gorgeous, I've got to be honest. It came with Life and Death, and I didn't actually see it when we first got the pack, and I don't think I've ever used it before, but it is gorgeous. I kind of went through all of the different colours, and it works in here really well because it's kind of like the white and the beige, and then I go a little bit crazy with the fish stencils. When I say crazy, I really, really do mean crazy. There's kind of lots of them. I feel like it really works with that sort of turquoisey blue wallpaper in here as well. Now, I don't clutter this up quite as much as I do the other bedrooms. I feel like maybe at this stage the kid's kind of a bit like, I don't have my own personality, I don't have my own kind of say or anything like that just yet. So I feel like a couple of toys on there and that would kind of be all we kind of really need. And now we've jumped out into the back porch. Now I have done the garden, and you have a swing set and you have the monkey bars in here, and that's pretty much it for the garden. There's a few more plants and a few more hedges there because I'm building in winter. They're all dead, essentially put, so I figured there's no point me showing you any more of that. I've literally just copied and pasted the plants from the sort of entranceway, so you sort of saw me do all of those in there. And we do actually show you the garage. I did say at the beginning I wasn't sure, but yes, we are coming into here, and a few little stains in here. So this is perfect time to wrap this all up as we are coming to the end. If you have enjoyed this build or this video, then please give it a big thumbs up, and you can comment down below what is your favourite thing. Are you looking forward to the holidays, and what do you want to sort of see moving into 2025? That feels weird saying that. Anyway, this year has gone so quickly. Yeah, you can also subscribe to my channel, or you can find me on pretty much all social medias. The links to those are down in my link tree down below. But until next time, thank you all for watching. I hope to see you again very soon. But until then, stay happy and stay building. Bye everyone!